Today I'm going to show you how I make sure that the frogs stay alert and get their exercise in every day as we come up on the pond. Before I wanted to talk about something about frogs. Hi guys. Oh, the little ones. They're everywhere. They're out like gangbusters today. There's so many tiny ones I don't want to step on one. Oh my gosh, you guys. They're everywhere. Alright, we're going down. Oh. Thousands of them. They're all the way up in the grass, the little tiny ones. Eating ants and bugs. Oh, that one went 5 jumps across the water. We got a little bird running up ahead of us here. Sorry, I'm not going to zoom in. Oh, there's a big one there. He just went out there. He's waiting. And all the baby dragonflies are right here, swarming. I don't know if you can see them. Hey, Mr. Frog. Oh, there he goes, swimming away. There's a bunch over here. That bird's gonna run all the way along the edge. Big one. Oh, dang. Hi, guys. It's exercise time. This little bird. He says, ah, shit, I ran to a dead end. Come on, you guys. All the way around. Everybody in the water. All right, all the kids are in the pool. Went and got my driver's license renewed today. On 919, living in 909. That's kind of weird. I tried to go in the other day, but oh, he just circled around. The little bird's right here in front of me. He's just to corner me. He says, God dang it, I'm busy over here. Get out of my way, Josh. Tried to go in the other day, but I guess you gotta schedule an appointment. Oh, our little duck's back. He's just right there in the middle. Let's go sit by our tree. Feeling pretty good. It's all about the little things, simple stuff, you know. Ordered some new clothes. Probably gonna go out tonight. Got a bunch of things taken care of. Oh no. I had an ashtray that was holding all my cigarette butts that I stashed here. And the can's gone. I knew I should have weighted it down with a rock. Now my cigarette butts are all exactly where I sit. I guess I'll have to clean that up today. Oh, there's the cup. It's on the edge of the water. I guess that's where I'll put them. So yeah, there's a little ducky. Me and my lonesome duck. The lonesome dove and the lonesome duck. Bunch of frogs. Oh, yep, these ones are already all popped up in the water already. They're like, oh, we see this guy every day. Once we're in the water, we know he's going to be gone by 12, 15, 12, 30. Some trash bags out there. I'd get him if I could. They've been there long enough. They're probably good ecosystems. That's the weird thing. You know, whatever doesn't belong somehow finds a way to belong, right? I was learning today in typing class, which I've got a lot better. Once I came back, I was typing like 30 words a minute. Can't quite break 70. Yeah, I can get to 69. And I think that's how many inches tall I am. Well, I learned about poisonous dart frogs. And if you know anything about them, they're just little tiny frogs, but they're like fluorescent colors. Awesome looking. But they're poisonous. So poisonous that the toxins on one of those little frogs could kill 1,000 mice. And when you're going around the forest, the rainforest, what else is going to stick out? A bright neon green, red, orange, yellow frog is going to attract everything's attention. As the one thing that anything that lives there knows, don't touch that. God dang, mosquitoes. But the interesting thing I found out about them is that when they're raised in captivity their entire life, they're not toxic. They're only toxic because of the special kinds of bugs they eat. Now, I was thinking about the spiritual journey and how people awaken. And it's kind of like that. But at the same time, it's kind of interesting because, you know, I could say the singers in general are poison dart frogs. But mainly, probably the rappers. Yeah, definitely. Maybe the rappers. But at the same time, they're doubly raised in captivity because of their contract. They have to be staked to the pole, apart from the pole, and at it, and not at it, over and under it, and it's this dance. This dance they have to do. And so they're semi in captivity. Because it has to all be approved and everything before it comes through. It has to go along with the narrative, right? And, well, you know, the oddball out of everybody in the world really is President Donnie. Donald. Hey, speaking of ducks, I already got one. Because supposedly, he says he's never had a drink in his life. I have a hard time believing that. And we all know they have them parties. And you can see in the pictures, Melania's done coke. I can guarantee that motherfucker ain't been straight edge his entire life. But if so, that seems to be the interesting problem, that he's always in the bad places, but he's like the undercover cop. Or he's the one that plays both sides. There's no way to place him. And he always flip-flops on all his decisions. And the things that he says, he changes his mind all the time, like a woman, they say. And I kind of say that he's like the poisonous dart frog. At the same time, he's probably the most harmless person on the planet. Because you can see the creeper coming from 1,000,000 miles away. And he only gets people around him that are like rappers that aren't rappers. They're like legislative, you know, they're like business people, but they're not business people. But they all got haunting, dirty pasts. Or they're all rolled up in the money, but they're apart from the money. You know, so everybody's kind of like straddling some weird ass line. And from my perspective, it's kind of been all or none. Raised in captivity my entire life, at the same time as entirely free, like in the jungle like Tarzan my entire life. But I was in somebody else's jungle. And yet it's my planet. But they're all making plans, and I just go along with what comes up. Intuitively, or as Grace would have it. At the same time as having all the God stuff kind of centered around one thing and one individual that they all had to use. In order to get away from the pole, where Jesus is at, on the other side, they had to divide themselves with the pole, and switch things back and forth between two states of mind. And that's why there's the echoes a lot of times in songs, or the syllable breaks, and this and that. And nobody really knows what they're doing, because in a way, the more you know, the worse off you really are. I'm glad I don't know shit. As the mind body, and the body of the mind, in and of itself, apart from, I get my mind from everything else. At the same time as, well, I could see it one way and I could change it the way it looks in my own head in the moment. At the same time as everybody has their own way to interpret it, however they choose to see it, and the subconscious does most of it. Because the more you know, kind of the worse off you are. Because then you get stuck in, oh, well, one means one. Yeah, well, what does that mean? Well, you know, one. No, not really. Because if there's one of something, there's gonna be more. There's not just one of anything. Essentially. And that's kind of what's weird about the role that my life has had to fulfill on so many levels. To have been given all the strength and power and knowledge and whatever, but I wasn't given any of it. I had to find it all myself. Nobody guided me, everyone trying to guide me. Nobody wanted to take me in, everybody taking me in. Nobody wanting to help me, everybody wanting to help me. Everybody flip-flopping, but looking all congruent out there together. And trying to judge themselves against themselves apart from the pole at the pole itself. That's why honesty and integrity and trust and just the right amount of principles really are important. Damn bug. Are really a foundation of anything. And you can't get too carried away. So you look at the law system, you go into a library, look at all the fucking books and all the cases, and you just fill building after building after building. And when it comes down to it, everybody knows what's right and wrong. And most of the things that we get in trouble for, it's really negotiable. It really kind of depends. And so, when I went to get my driver's license, one of the interesting things that was on the wall was the number for organ donating. See, I'm the universal organ donor, as the original organ, but I came after everyone else. Already parted out the pieces of heaven and kept spinning the story. And their phone number is 5551. So I got my number on everything. It's important. Yeah, it's called LifeShare. But see, the thing about famous people and such is, as personable as they show themselves to be, it's really hard to find one that's actually, you get all of them. Like, for the most part, you get all of me. In one capacity or another. Just in talks, in the texts, bitching about my family, or bitching about the system, or sharing knowledge, or experiences I've been through, just the day-to-day things I believe, or things that are theories. And sure, that gives everybody else ideas when they already got the money and they already got the platform and everything. But then they live two lives. They have when they're at work and when they're not at work. Or, you know, their persona is different from who they are. Or they try to make themselves into a poisonous dart frog, you know, into a chimera, and that's fun and all. I mean, that's like Halloween and costume. I was thinking I should do something for Halloween this year. Since I have a little bit of money, I can make a costume or something. A few ideas, but I don't know yet. I never do anything for the holidays, since nobody ever celebrates my birthday. And whenever I've gotten people stuff for Christmas, they act like, I don't care. I got what I wanted already. And I probably bought it for myself. So it was a waste of money for Josh to get anybody anything. And so then it just taught me, well, what's holidays and what's birthday? It's shit. For my own birthday, I'll buy a gift for myself 2 weeks early. And then I'll work a double on my birthday. It's one thing I did in my 20s a lot. Christmas, well, we'll go right along and eat with everybody else. But mostly, I always got fucked up on the holidays. It always just shows up. I spend it with myself. Apart from myself, with myself, and share with everybody. So, what's selfish in that? Well, that's all I really wanted to say right now, I guess. I'll see you tonight.